So Daniel, let's talk a little bit about the copycat situation. I see that Merch by Amazon, or I should say Amazon, is actually doing quite a bit right now to remove accounts, Merch by Amazon accounts of people who are doing copying of designs. They're doing what we call pixel for pixel copies of our designs. And so I think it's a great move because here we are, doing the business honestly. We're doing it right. And then here along comes somebody that just takes the design, copies it exactly, re-uploads it on Merch by Amazon, maybe for less money even. So they try to not only beat us, in terms of the, it's the same exact design, but they try to beat us in terms of price and outsell us. We're seeing a lot of people complaining, and they're going, "What happened to my merch account? I've been suspended. Where's my commissions? This is a scam. They're ripping me off." And it's kind of interesting because, had these people done it correctly, had they been doing it right, been very careful about not infringing on other people's trademark or copyright, or basically don't copy people, they'd still be in business, and they could potentially be in a six-figure business like you are, Daniel. So what are your thoughts on that? Have you seen that happening in the merch world? And what do you think in general about the Amazon removing a lot of these pixel for pixel copies?
I mean, I think it's great, and it's something that I've expected from Amazon for, well, ever since I got started. I know this is not the best thing to acknowledge about myself, but I was actually the first person on merch that I ever saw get copied, which there may have been other people get copied before me because I just wasn't paying attention. But my first my first design that ever sold, I saw it get copied within like a week.
Oh, wow.
Back in the last November. So so I didn't really worry about it. I don't even think I reported that guy because it was in its infancy, the program was. And so I mean, you can probably go back and find my comments in some of the Merch by Amazon groups. I was saying, well, Amazon will take care of it. I'm not worried about it. And if I'm not mistaken, that copycat design is still up right now. That's okay. The last I saw it was. But so ever since then, I've said Amazon's going to take care of it. And I think I've only reported maybe 5 copies since then because I know they're going to take care of it. And so it's pretty much what I've expected them to do. It surprised me it's taking this long, but I'm happy they're finally getting to it. I think that the biggest benefit is maybe not necessarily the taking away of copycats, even though there is benefit in that. I think one of the biggest benefits, though, is that it's going to free up Amazon's printing capacity. One other thing is that Chris Green actually just started a group with a few other moderators. I think Ken Rao is one of them, called the Merch Police Group.
Oh, yeah.
And so what people is doing on there is they're actually reporting straight up trademark infringement or copyright infringement. Basically, like if somebody uses the Backstreet Boys in a T-shirt, the T-shirt's somebody's gonna find it and put it up there. And I think that's gonna free up a lot of capacity too. Because the thing is, and a lot of people don't really realize this, is that Merch by Amazon's printing is almost, I think of it like a pie. You have a pie, they can only print so many shirts. So say this pie is 10,000 shirts large. They can only print 10,000 a day, and I don't know any numbers for sure. This is just me throwing this out, just random out there. But say they can print 10,000 shirts a day. If 3,000 of those shirts are copyright infringement, then that means that our shirts are going to have to be split up amongst the other 7,000.
Right.
And so once Amazon is about to reach their capacity for the day, they may make some listings invisible for a little while. They may take away the popular colors or something like that, just to make sure that they can fulfill. So and so if they take away those 3,000 or however many that's actually not supposed to be there in the first place, then it's going to increase our sales, or it's going to make it possible for our sales to be increased because of the capacity being increased. So I'm really excited about that. And I think that this is a great time to do it too.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the other part about it is that as they remove these designs that are copywriting or trademark infringement or whatever, it just cleans up the whole marketplace in general. You know, because it's a big risk for Amazon to take to have these copyright infringers, trademark infringers, and even the pixel for pixel copies. That's just a big risk that they are taking. So
Yeah.
it just makes good business sense for them to, you know, clean that out, do a spring cleaning or whatever, and get rid of all those. But I have to laugh because I see these people crying in the merch groups, and I was like, "What did you expect to happen?" I mean, you're
Yeah.
you're copying word for word, you know, the description, the listing. You're copying pixel for pixel, everything, and then you're undercutting it. What do you expect to happen? I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to come back and bite you at some point. So I feel good about that too because I've only actually turned in one design ever, and that was only because it was kind of a little more personal to me. It was a skateboarding design. Everybody knows I love skateboarding, and uh, and because of that, because it was a design I had created myself, and I wanted to make sure that it was, you know, the only one. Somebody went and copied it and had to knock it down, but
Yeah, and I think that that definitely is gonna, like you said, it's gonna clean up the marketplace, and and it'll be interesting too because once I think that's one of the big things the merch team is focused on right now is getting rid of the IP problems. But once they get past that, I think then they can maybe put a little more effort into stuff like adding more products to sell and stuff like that. I think
yeah,
that's sort of, in a way, it's kind of bogging them down, I guess,
yeah,
like it is. Like I know a lot of people's been bogged down this past year because they post 20 shirts and 5 of them sell and then they get a copycat. And so then they get teared up, but then they're spending the next 3 weeks worrying about the copycats and trying to make sure they're taken down instead of actually making more shirts.
yeah.
So I think that I just go back to what I said back last November. I know Amazon's got it, and I'm happy to see that they're finally showing that right now.
Yeah,